What up, everyone, and welcome to The Social Room, where strategic networking meets insightful business conversations. I'm your host, Aiden Snell, and this show is designed to connect you with business leaders, visionaries, and entrepreneurs who are not only crushing it and making waves within their industries, but who might also just share the game that can take you to the next level. In each episode, we'll explore the stories of these business owners and how they're impacting lives. Who knows? You might just find your next big opportunity right here on this episode. So sit back, tune in, and let's get social. All right, guys, today we are joined by the one and only Axa Yox, CEO and founder of Yokes Media and The Comfort Zone. Axa, it's so good to connect with you. Thank you for joining us on the show. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How can be person out of her comfort zone? Like, I completely forgot what is the comfort zone.
I love it. Well, thanks again for joining us today, Axa. I'd love to learn a little bit more about you. Where are you from? What are you passionate about?
Oh, I'm passionate about science. Like, I was in science for over 15 years. I did my master's in human biology and then biotechnology, and I did my PhD in microbiology with the genetics. So kind of I always was in biology, and I spent many years studying the gut microbiota, so I know how the food affects our body. And then I decided to quit science because I did 12 inventions, so I was like, I'm ready for the real life. Let's quit academia and try myself. And I failed so bad. And I didn't have even the plan for when you fail, because I was so safe in academia, and that's how I learned the comfort zone and how we get stuck in our comfort zone. What is the idea about the comfort zone? And when I failed and I started completely different path, within just only 1 year, I completely transformed my life. I published the book, I started to podcast, and I just turned, and now I'm teaching people how to eat healthier and how to divorce the limiting beliefs that they have in their mind that keeps them stuck wherever you are, because the comfort zone is not a place where you feel safe. It's everything starts here, and once you understand what is the comfort zone, then you can break free. Otherwise, you can spend completely like all your life in feeling so-called comfort without even realizing that that's nothing but the prison. So just free yourself. Don't do it to yourself, because whenever you call the zone where you are unhappy, unhealthy, and you are living unfulfilled life to be a comfort zone, you send your brain the command that you are comfortable to be unhappy. So you set the standard that being unhealthy is comfortable for you. And then your body will do everything to protect you, because you already set that standard. Once you break it and you make that decision that you are not going to be comfortable to be uncomfortable, because your brain still associates what you set as a standard to be comfortable for you. So you have to be uncomfortable to stay comfortable. That's when everything changes, because that's your brain starts to decode it differently. Oh, okay, so from now on being unhealthy is uncomfortable for me. Then your brain will move towards what is comfortable for you. While before it was, okay, being unhappy is uncomfortable. Let's stay here. Let's sabotage your profit, like the growth, the success, everything. Because your brain does what you tell it to do.
Wow.
That's the beauty. And that's the best news, because once you realize how you can influence your brain, how you think, then you find the path out of the wherever you are.
That's so good. So interesting, Axa. I think everyone needs to hear that message right there, right? And so thank you for sharing. And Axa, real quick, where are you from?
I'm from Armenia.
Armenia, amazing. And you're here in South.
I normally try to not to highlight that information.
Oh, how come? You got to represent. I love it. I love the accent too. I love it. Well, awesome, Axa. So, yeah, like I was saying, I think everyone needs to know that information. It's so important to get out of the comfort zone because that's where the growth happens, right? So excited for this show and to dive a little bit more deeper into that. Before we do, we're gonna get into the Power Five, okay? This is what I call the Power Five. I'm gonna ask you 5 power questions and you're gonna give me your best answers. No pressure. You ready?
Okay, let's go for that.
Question number 1. What's been the most valuable lesson that you've learned from failure?
It's how you define the failure. That's it's like period. If you think that not meeting your goals is a failure, then you will fail all the time. For me, failing is when you don't try. Period. Like for me, there was never failing if you don't meet the goal. It's if you don't try. That's all that you can do.
That's amazing. If you had to start over, what's the first thing you would do differently?
Would trust people less, and would definitely try to find the right tribe to join, like the right community, and maybe take more responsibility. So not trusting people, it sounds a bit weird because it kind of disconnects you from being part of the community. But whenever you find your community, that's something that I learned during the last 3 years. When you find the right community and you become part of it, then you automatically trust people. Then you don't need to be cautious about anything. But trusting less, it means find the right people. Don't just simply assume that people will help you because you are a good person. No, just forget about that. No one owes you anything, and you are responsible for your life. So maybe that's definitely something that I would change. How the perspective, how I see the help and asking for help or the support, anything. Don't assume that people will help you just only simply because you help others.
That's good. That's good. What's been the best investment you've made within your business, Axa?
In myself, 100%. Any course that I took, they add so much value. And if there is anything that I can recommend any person, as soon as you can afford, because I perfectly understand that it's not for everyone, not every person can afford. But as soon as you can afford the class, go for it. Never save the money, because what you would learn, it will multiply what you will make. So paying for the course, it's never lose of the money. It's always the waste of the time. Don't do that to yourself.
So good. If you could master one skill, what would it be and why?
Communication. Because the way that you communicate to the world, even with the unspoken words, because we all have something to not to hide, but still sometimes you don't even realize what you feel inside of you. So even whenever I talk to people, I never listen to what they say. I always check what is around, what is behind, what they don't even realize they say through the problem that they have, because it's not the problem itself, it's what is behind the problem. And many people don't even realize what problem do they have. That's why they are stuck, because they think that, let's say, unhealthy eating, that's my problem. No, that's not the problem. Unhealthy eating, it meets some of your needs. What is the need? If you associate the unhealthy food, or let's say the dessert, to be the pleasure for you, you will never escape the dessert, because that's in your mind, it's a pleasure, and no one escapes the pleasure. If you associate the hard work or doing the progress with the suffering, you will never progress. You will always stay stuck. So you have to evaluate and reshape how you see every word in your brain, because it was created decades before, and then it piles up with all the information that we gather through our life, and we don't even realize what comes from our own experience, what was passed to us. and then you just leave. You are so conditioned through the systems, through the society, through the so-called rules that we have to obey, and you stay stuck without even realizing, is it even coming from me? Is that priority my priority? So when you have the list of the priorities, the best would be go and check which priority is yours. What is on that list that it comes from you, and then defend it, then go after it. But if something comes not from, it's not your, just drop it. Or check, does it serve you? If it doesn't, drop it. The opinion of other people, drop it. It comes from the decades that was passed on us from our parents, peers, and blah, blah, blah. So the society was just forcing us to follow particular rules. But now everything changed. There is no need for that any longer. If something doesn't serve you, reevaluate and then see, can you drop it? Can you afford following that? If no, go for something else. Life is too short.
I love it. That's amazing, Axa. Last question for you. What's been the proudest moment in business so far?
In business, I'm still achieving, and yeah, maybe that. I kind of created the new yogurt, and I'm tending to start the production of it. It's amazing the way that your body feels. I was talking about yogurt for many months already because yogurt was one product that I always had on my list to buy. I always go first to buy the yogurt and then the rest of the list. So now, because I was preaching all the time, yogurt, it's so good. So I decided to make my own yogurt, and we are trying to start the production. But the best, like, out of that, because it's the business, but in my career, I was nominated as a person of extraordinary ability back in 2018. And it still lives with me because it's earned. Do you know what I mean? It was not gifted to me. I worked really hard for that. And when you come to the moment when it pays you back, you feel that hard work always rewards. So if you are doing something, if you are in the middle, if you are failing and you think whether it's worth or no, go for it. If it doesn't work, just twist it, tweak it, test, see what other people do, and never stop, never give up on yourself. Maybe that particular project didn't work, but it doesn't mean that there is nothing else that you can do. Just keep going and never ever give up on yourself, not your dreams, because the dreams can change through the life, through the time, and that's what keeps people stuck, because they attach themselves to one particular dream, and then whenever it doesn't come true, they make themselves to be miserable. They think that their life ends. No, there is no end unless you decide that that's the end. So if you are in the hard situation, trust me, I've been in the hell. Like, I've been in the hell during the last 4 years. I don't want even to touch that part. That's kind of why I started all the journey, because the place where I was so painful that I didn't want to stay there. And I was going through the hell, but I knew that there is no other path. I needed to move. It was more pain, but staying was so unbearable that I just kept moving. So if anyone from the audience is in the hardship, keep moving. You will see the light at the end of the tunnel. I promise you will.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's
Axa.
go. Let's go.
Let's go. I love it. So motivational, so powerful, those words. Amazing job. I think you crushed that segment. Absolutely dominated the Power 5. I'm sure the audience found a lot of value in those answers. So thank you. So let's dive deeper now into your company, Comfort Zone, right? Tell me more about Comfort Zone. So you mentioned that you're really helping people get out of that comfort zone and rewiring their brain. So before we get into like how this started, how it became a thing, I want to know like right off the bat, how can somebody get out of their comfort zone? What can they do to really rewire their brain and start being comfortable being uncomfortable?
So if you try to be comfortable to be uncomfortable, you will sabotage yourself, because you still left that association with what you have to be comfortable, and then you tell your brain, now we have to be uncomfortable, because your brain reads the information differently. If this is bad, now you want me to be even worse? No, I don't want the worse. So you have to associate where you are to be the pain, and the future to be the pleasure. So where you are, you have to make it so uncomfortable. So being unhealthy is uncomfortable. I don't take it anymore. Being unsuccessful is uncomfortable for me. Not it's comfortable, let's try to make something more. No, you have to rewire your brain a bit differently. What do you associate with comfort? If it is to stay safe, so-called safe, you will never move, because safety is your number one priority. You have to make the progress to be your number one priority. Then you will move, because that's where your brain reads how your brain reads the information. And this is something about the comfort zone that I kind of found within the last maybe 6 months, and it really stuck with me. What if the comfort zone is not a comfort zone? What if we stay in so-called comfort zone not because it's comfortable, safe, whatever? It doesn't, whatever you associate the comfort, but it's what we think we deserve. So we don't go for better job, not because this job is comfortable for us, but because this is what we think we deserve. So that's our worth zone. It's not a comfort zone. So we created that limiting beliefs in our head that this is what we deserve. Being unseen, it's comfortable for me, because then people will not, they will not approach me for whatever. They will not expect anything from me. So what if the comfort zone is not a comfort zone, but it's what you think you deserve? And when you reevaluate what you deserve and what you are willing to go after, you will move. You will move. Trust me.
Wow. Yeah, that's so good. I love that. I never thought about it that way. The comfort zone, you really feel like it's what you deserve, and that's why you're in there. It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
So tell me about this journey of starting the comfort zone. Why did you create it? How did you come about creating it? And I'd love to hear that. Like, what was the story of you really like starting this up and helping people get out of their comfort zone?
I started 3 years ago because I couldn't let the past go. Like, I was so stuck, and I was watching all the motivational videos, let the past go, drinking the poison, expecting the enemy die. All, you name it, I went through that. And I was like, why is it that hard? Am I that special? Are my problems so special? Why I cannot let the past go? It took me 3 years to realize what I needed to past go. It took me 1 second to let it go, because your brain, especially if you have that all the time questioning mind, like the tweaking mind, it will never let something go if you don't know what to let go. So try to understand why you are stuck, what is the reason behind. And deeper you dig, you will find that what happened to me. I found what I needed to let go, and I just started to help people to find out what is that keeps you stuck. For me, it was one promise that I gave to myself when I was a child, and one promise, and we follow our complete life to just find everything to fulfill that one promise. And if you just instantly remember what is that one promise, I I promise you that's not what it is. Because the promise you gave when you were a child and your brain was not mature enough to realize that the reality is not as you see it. So you were at the top of your emotional state. That's when your emotions are to the top and your biochemistry levels up to the moment, because whenever you have the event and the emotion, when they click together, this is the memory that you will never forget. But because you still were a child, your memory was created, but it sits in your subconscious, and then it piles up with all the other memories. You don't realize that there is something written on your subconscious. So if you can find that one promise that you gave to yourself when you were a child, you will completely change your life, because you realize that now you don't need to follow that promise. Everything is the past, because you are trying to recreate the same events from your past to change what happened in the past, while you just stay stuck in that place, because you need to realize that, first of all, it's meaningless to recreate the same reality from the past to try to change it. You cannot change the past. Even if you do the different things in at the moment, it still will not change the past. So just drop it. But you have to find it, because you see the complete picture of the world through one lens, through the lens of your promise. Then you just go all the time through the work, through the relationship, through the friendship, through everything. You just find the same exact patterns, so you can keep your promise. So you can prove that you can keep your promise, while you just need to let it go. But you really need to find out what is the promise that you gave to yourself. So then you will try to figure out what can you do better with that. That was my transformation, because the deep self-analysis will give you the answers you are looking for. Go for it.
I love it. It makes so much sense. Awesome, Axa. So tell me more specifically about the people that you help within the comfort zone. Is it anybody? Is it a specific type of audience? Like, who is really the people that are you're serving and that you're helping in the comfort zone?
It's more, I help people to eat healthier, to age healthier, because we always forget that aging is when you start to have the sicknesses, the diseases. So it's not always about living longer. It's even aging healthier. And if you can age healthier, why not to do that? But the problems, there is a formula for the longevity, and the first is the healthy diet. And it is not by accident, because the scientists already proved that what we eat, it affects every single cell in our body. Once you align your body to work for your benefits, then everything changes. So I help people who are the achievers, obviously, and they want to age healthier and live longer, to rewire their brain, how they see the comfort zone, how they associate the food with the pleasure, versus to associate it a bit differently, and to see the progress in eating the whole food to be of better service for their body, and then the body will return them reward with the better energy. The brain fog goes, like, completely disappears. It's such a powerful thing to completely change your diet. You can sleep less. I sleep 5 hours every day for the second year already. And I start my day full of energy. And I do even more than I was doing before, when I was spending 8 hours trying to sleep, not sleeping very well. Now, because I eat less, my body is I detox my body from the food. unhealthy food. So whenever people say, how do I detox my body? I always say, detox your body first from unhealthy food. Because if you try to detox your body with the chemical, whatever supplement you go, I don't want to dive into that. But then you keep just poisoning your body over and over again. What's the purpose to stress your body with the detox? The first detox that you need to do is here. This is where your toxic mindset sits. Once you start to declutter your brain, then you start to understand what is the priority for you. If the health becomes your priority, then you will rewire everything, and then you start to see. So that's how I help people. Declutter your brain, detox your body from the processed food, from the unhealthy food, and then just go with the right food, the whole food, and see how your body is filled with energy. And you will not double even, you will triple your productivity because you are so focused.
Wow, that's awesome, Axa. I love it. And so the problems you mentioned are people don't know how, or they don't know, where to start with detoxing their mind, or they don't even know what that is, right? The problems are that they need to detox their mind, they need to detox their diet. What happens if they ignore these problems, right? If they don't do these things that you're teaching in Get Comfort? What happens if they ignore those?
Well, it's already in 1931. The scientist, his name is Otto Warburg, everybody knows him. He got the Nobel Prize. He proved how the acidic environment triggers the cancer. And then afterwards, step by step, the scientists already proved that the Alzheimer is it's triggered by the food that we eat, because it completely changes the structure of the proteins and the enzymes are the basic of our life. So whenever we eat the processed food or we don't eat healthy, the problem is not that it will be digested. So the biggest misconception that exists in the world, the biggest, is whatever we eat would be digested by the microbiota of our gut. That's so not true. So whatever we eat will shape which microorganisms will live in our gut. And then obviously whatever you eat would be digested by that microorganism. So when we eat healthy, we support the beneficial bacteria to survive in our gut. And then they will detox your body the way that no chemical detox can. Never, because the toxins which create this toxic environment for us are produced in our gut through the food that we eat. So clean that. And if you ask me how to invest better, I have no idea, and I never claim myself to be professional in investing. I don't know, let's say, how to market. I'm learning how to market. But if I need better results, I would never sit on my chair and say, oh, let's now pretend I am a marketer. No, I will go to the professional. The same is if you want to eat healthier, go to the professional. If you need to go for the fitness, you don't stay at home and you decide, let's move my hand this direction and see what it will happen. You go to the professional, you check the videos, whatever you prefer, gym, personal trainer, or the YouTube videos, doesn't matter, but you go to the professional. The same with the diet. Go to the professional or check the blogs, check the LinkedIn. There are so many people who teach for free. You don't even need to pay. Like I have at the moment for free the ebook with the 30 recipes for the healthy breakfast. So check the professional view of the same problem and follow it. Follow the advices. Step by step, find what works the best for your body, for your lifestyle as well. Because if you are the person who does the physical work, then your diet is going to be completely different compared to somebody who sits all the day at the table, at the desk. So then the lifestyle also affects. go to the professional. That's the best advice. And there are so many people, again, they give everything for free. You don't need even to pay. Just do the favor to your body. Go and learn from the professionals.
I love it. Such good advice. Awesome, Axa. Can you tell me about like some client success stories that you've been able to help and like what their transformations were after working with you and the comfort zone?
Yeah, normally, so I help sometimes people who come out of the emergency room, and that's where the best transformation, like you see the transformation right away. It's not something that you can hide. It's when they suffer with some disease which they were not helped in the emergency room, or they were prescribed the supplements or the medication. I don't like the supplements, I don't like the medication unless it's something that you cannot avoid, then go for it. But when you take the supplement, you create this disbalance in your body, and you teach your gut that it doesn't need to absorb the same nutrients, which are, by the way, natural, and the supplements are synthetic, to absorb from your food, because you already gave the extra. Let's say if you plant all the time the plant, like you water the plant all the time, the plant will never grow the roots to get the same water from the groundwater, because there is no need. The same is with your body. If you eat fruit and it's full of the vitamins, if you give the same vitamin through the supplement, then it will not absorb from the food. So teach your body to absorb the natural resources from anywhere, and then just step by step go for it. That's all that I can tell, and that's what I do with people who come to me. We always review. The first is what supplement the person takes. What is the need? Do you need the supplement? If you don't need, then just remove it and try to replace it with the food that contains the same nutrients, the vitamin, everything, and then teach your body, your gut microbiota, to absorb it from the natural sources. So normally we go with one of my clients. She lost 100, at the moment she is minus 150 pounds. And when you would see her with the new dress that she can fit in, that's when you become like proud of. The other one, she lost 30 pounds. The other one, she lost 40. I myself lost 40 pounds with the diet that I follow. So every time when you see how they change their life, and one of them, the one that she lost 150 pounds, she is also progressing with her career. So she changed her mind. Because unless you change your mind and you see how you see the comfort zone completely from the different perspectives, you would suck. Because again, the extra weight is not the problem. The problem is here. You need to detox your body. The detox starts here, not here, not here, not in gut, not on table, not on your plate. No, it starts here.
So good, Axa. Amazing. So how can people work with you, Axa? Where can they find you?
I'm on LinkedIn. I'm very active on LinkedIn, so they can reach me there. And also, by the way, on 16th of May, I will do the webinar for free, and I will teach the completely surprising benefits from the breathing techniques, which is nowhere highlighted. So if somebody wants, join me. It's for free, and it will blow your mind, because that's something that no one talks about. I accidentally discovered when I was learning the breathing techniques, and then we start from there on. I have the free ebook. Go for it. The 30 extra, like the healthy breakfast recipes. Just find me. I'm on LinkedIn, very active. It's not hard to find me.
That's awesome. I'll definitely be signing up. I want access right away. I put it in my calendar just now because I definitely am
I saw
interested.
that. That's like, I promise it will blow your mind away. Like,
Oh, I can't wait.
I even promise any person who would say, I've heard this information before, will receive the complete 1 month free review diet from me personally, the full recipe book.
Wow. That's amazing. Well, Axa, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much for coming on. And I wish you more success on your business. Keep crushing it. You're obviously doing some
Absolutely.
amazing
Good luck.
things. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for hosting me.
And that is a wrap on this episode of The Social Room. I hope you found some great insights and maybe even some potential opportunities and ideas. Remember, the connections you make today could be the game changers of tomorrow. If you're interested in continuing the conversation or exploring potential partnerships, don't hesitate to reach out. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this with a friend who needs to hear it. Stay tuned until next time.